Buenas and Hafide, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Guam Congress Building. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It is such a pleasure to be here, and I'm joined on my left with Senator Therese Terlahi and Senator Luis Muña, and we just welcome you to this resolution presentation. So we'll begin. Oh, sure, round of applause. Yay! Round of applause for all of you. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us as we give this very important recognition of the hard work that has gone into our Gate Theater and recognize some of the individuals who have made that possible and all the members of our community who continue to support performing arts here on Guam. And so with that, it's really my great honor and my privilege to present resolution number 165-35. And at this time, I'd like to call Mr. Ernesto Choco to please join us. Mr. Joe Sanchez, Deputy Superintendent for Curriculum and Instructional Support with the Guam Department of Education.
And we'd also like to call Ms. Divina Leonis Tumanda and Mr. Frank Candazzo Jr. up on to the stage.
Excellent. Sudosmasi. Again, this is resolution number 165-35, introduced by myself, Senator Luis Borja Muña, and Senator Therese Terlahi, and all of the members of the 35th Guam Legislature, relative to recognizing the gifted and talented education GATE theater program for its ongoing work in providing quality theatrical experiences and entertainment to the island of Guam, and commending them for their efforts in promoting the arts on Guam. Be it resolved by the Committee on Rules of Imina 35 na Legislatura in Guahan, whereas the Gifted and Talented Education Theater Program provides Broadway-level theatrical productions for Guam Department of Education students, as well as the island community as a whole. Whereas the GATE Theater Program was founded in 1993 by Mr. Ray Twenter and Miss Ann Gorby, who then handed the reins over to Miss Kim Korenko so they could partake in a brief hiatus. A few years later, Mr. Twenter and Miss Gorby, along with Emmanuel Chito Santos and his creative expertise, returned to inspire and train young leaders and prominent members of Guam's community through their theatrical guidance.
Excuse me while I put my eyes on. In 2016, Mr. Ernest Ochoco, one of the program's first students in 1993, was tapped to serve as artistic director to continue the tradition of high-quality productions presented by the GATE Theater Program. Mr. Ochoco has a degree in theater arts and has interned as an assistant stage director at the Metropolitan Opera House in New York City. Along with many other accomplishments, he has performed, directed, and produced over 300 productions locally and abroad. And in the past 3 years, Mr. Ochoco, along with the GATE administration, which included Mr. Joseph L.M. Sanchez, GDOE Deputy Superintendent for the Curriculum and Instructional Improvement, Mr. Leon P.C. Bamba, GATE Project Director, Ms. Divina Leonis Tumanda, and their program consultant for GATE programs, Mr. Frank U. Candasso Jr., GATE Program Coordinator, GATE theater teachers, GATE students and their families, Guam's theatrical community, and various organizations and institutions have brought GATE into a new level of community awareness and connectivity.
Whereas for the past 26 years, the GATE Theater Program has provided creative inspiration to Guam's students and the island community. Through the collective vision of Mr. Ernest Ochoco, Mr. Emmanuel Chito Santos, and Mr. Ray Twenter, the Gate Theater program celebrates the creativity of island youth by staging Broadway-level productions such as Miss Saigon, A Journey of Musical Magic, Shrek, the musical, Shrek the musical, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, and most recently, Mamma Mia. Now, therefore, be it
resolved that the Committee on Rules of Imina 35 na Legislature in Guahan does hereby, on behalf of Legislature in Guahan and the people of Guam, recognize the gifted and talented education Gate Theater program for its ongoing work in providing quality theatrical experiences and entertainment to the island of Guam, and commend them and all of you for your efforts in promoting the arts on Guam. And be it further resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of Committee on Rules certify, and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to the Department of Education Gate Theater program to Mr. John Fernandez, Superintendent, GDOE, Mr. Joseph M. Sanchez, Deputy Superintendent, GDOE, Mr. Ray Twenter, Ms. Ann Gorby, Mr. Emmanuel Chito Santos, and Mr. Ernest Ochoco, and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero y Mega Hagen Guahan, duly and regularly adopted by the Committee on Rules of Imina 35 na Legislature in Guahan on this first day of July, actually the second day of July, 2019. And this is signed by our Speaker, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, myself as the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules, and our Legislative Secretary, Amanda Shelton. And I'll ask my fellow legislators if they could please do the honor of presenting these resolutions to these incredible individuals. And I just wanted to take a moment to really thank everybody who's come today. I know that you're here because Gate Theater has touched you and your families and has given you an outlet for your creative expression. I have participated in Gate programs myself, and I know several members of the legislature have participated or absolutely love to come and watch it. I know that after the most recent one, Mamma Mia, many of us had so many of the songs stuck in our heads. I could hear them humming it during session. And that's you, Senator Joe San Augustine, because he was rocking out in the audience the night that I went. But it really is such a privilege and such an honor to be able to see our young people and our entire community come out and support the arts. And we have a tremendous amount of talent here on our tiny little island of Guam. And it's really a testament to programs like this that give us an opportunity for our young people to be exposed to it, but also our entire community to come out and really appreciate all of the hard work that goes into it. And we know it's not just singing, it's not just dancing, it's not just acting, it's creating the stage and, you know, being there. I know you guys are very used to being there for long practices and getting yelled at by Ernest. Okay, everybody laugh because they know it's true, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot to put these productions on, and it's tremendous to have all of the community come out and all of your sponsors that constantly support you. So we really just wanted to take some time out to appreciate all of the hard work that you've all done. And I wanted to give Ernest an opportunity to speak a little bit, as well as Mr. Sanchez, about how important this program is, and to also give us a brief commercial on Gate Theater and what we can anticipate in the future, and how many of the people who are watching at home can continue to be involved in the great work that you're doing. So thank you so much, Ernest, and I want to pass the mic over to you.
Okay, I was gonna kiss Joe too. Go ahead. All right, there. So I felt like he was coming in for one, so I was like, what should I share? But you know, all kidding aside, right? A lot of hard work goes into it, and nothing could be done without the help of the parents. So let's go ahead and give them a huge round of applause. If you're a parent, I would like for you to please stand up and be recognized. Please, so we can see you and we can take pictures of you. Parents, please stand up. Awesome. Awesome. And of course, our wonderful students. If you weren't so talented, I would not choose you. So I'm just kidding. Everyone's talented and everyone can learn to be even better. So stand up, students, please. Good job. Thank you. You may now sit down. Thank you. All right, so, and of course, we have volunteers, alumni from the GATE program that also help to mentor a lot of our students. So I'd like to ask those adults to please stand up. Adults that help, yes, that help, yeah. There you go. There you go. You guys are amazing. So it really is a community effort, right? Nothing can be done at this magnitude without having the help and the support of everybody involved in the community. We have a whole bunch of sponsors. I'm not going to thank them right now. You know who you are. And I also have wonderful help from our administration here. For example, Frank and, of course, Davina and the rest of the staff at GATE. And of course, Mr. Sanchez. If it wasn't for Mr. Sanchez calling me 2.5 years ago saying, you've got to meet with me, I wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Yes, you hired me, so good job. I really want to say thank you to our legislature, of course, and all the different branches of our government. Even though we have disputes and we don't always see eye to eye in everything that we do, right? Even in politics, the arts is a place where we can always unify, right? We can always connect, and we can always build community. So thank you to all of those involved, and I hope that everybody continues to support the arts. Without the arts, we cannot teach humanity and how to be human, and we need to be that, especially nowadays, right? So to the arts, thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, following Ernest is really tough to do, so I'm gonna keep it kind of short. But we really want to thank everybody for being here and your continuous support of the arts. And of course, thank you, senators. This is really absolutely wonderful because this is something that we need to continue to do. I mean, we know when we talk in the Division of Curriculum Instruction and the Department of Education, we talk a lot about academics, but the arts is a huge part of what we do. It's something that really brings out, like you said, I'm glad you pointed out humanity. And it's something that kind of brings the life to everything that is done, not just in the classroom, but out there in the community. So we also ask for your continued support. GATE is actually funded two ways. One, it's generously funded through the local budget, through the legislature, where we have teachers in all of our schools. We have, you know, theater, and we have music and dance. But it's also strongly funded federally through our consolidated grants. So there's a number of resources that we're able to pull from. But you know, that's really because it's become a priority for the department, and it's a priority for the department because it's a priority in the community. And as you continue to remind us, and you're doing so today through this resolution, that it's in something that's important for our community, it's something that we will continue to perpetuate, and we continue to ask for your support, because really, it's not just the academics, and really, when you look at what theater does, when you look at what music does, when you look at what all the arts do, is it really keeps students strongly engaged in school. It's not only do they have to participate in all the practices late at night, but they'll practice wherever it's at. When it's down at Southern High, they'll go down to Southern High. And some of them are doing their homework right in the middle of, you know, in the middle of the days and rehearsal. So please continue to support the program. And we really thank you for all the commitment that you have. Students, thank you so much for keeping your academics up and staying late and then having to wake up early. Parents, thank you for giving them rides and, you know, providing food. And again, you know, I want to congratulate the GATE staff. And of course, thank you, Ernest, for giving me credit for hiring you. You know, but you know, you are really a huge addition to the Department of Education, and you're incredibly valuable. So don't go anywhere. You know, stay with us and, you know, continue to build what you've done. So congratulations and thank you. And again, thank you, senators.
So Senator Régine asked me to go ahead and give a little preview of what is in store for GATE. So if you would like your family to be involved, because it is kind of a family, it's a family community event now. If you'd like to be involved with that, you can call me 487-3767. You can also Instagram us on Guam Gate Theater, hashtag Guam Gate Theater, all of you who are recording right now. And also the next things that are coming up are most likely, well, the first show is probably going to be something that's going to amalgamate both Christmas and Halloween. So like a Nightmare Before Christmas performance, right? Something to that effect. And for April, the shows that are up for consideration are Mary Poppins and Little Shop of Horrors. So hopefully you guys are there for that. Thank you very much.
I'm afraid to say anything after Ernest because you never say no to Ernest. I think everybody knows that, right? The minute he has some plans in the future, he's already committed each and every single one of us. And I think one of the things that Ernest has brought to the table to the theater industry here on Guam is that he's connected so many families that we've become one big family. And even when we see each other, whether we're doing a show or not, we're still a very big part of the family. So you never leave Ernest's family. You all know that, right? Thank you so much to the superintendent and, of course, to the deputy superintendent for including Ernest into this, into our lives, because we all know that the arts really is the way to go, and it's incorporated in everything we do in life, whether you become a doctor, you have a PhD, whether you're a mom, you're a domestic engineer, or a child, whatever it is that you do in life, you will always take these lessons that Ernest has taught us and apply it to everything that we do in life, just as I have done here at the legislature. So we all have something to learn from Ernest. So thank you so much. If I can we just give a theater shout out and applause to Ernest, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just very briefly, I just want to share that for the Gate Theater, I know that if you watch the news, you know, over the years, Gate Theater, they've had their challenges, you know, even within DOE and within the community, space, everything. So I really want to commend that GATE has really come so far. When my children were young, and now they're in their 20s, but when they were young, that was one of the things that I was able to do as a parent, and I'm so happy that I had that opportunity to take them to watch all the shows. And we had a very fun collection going on at the house, like a poster board where we collected all our tickets and our brochures, and it was just so fun to see over the years all the ones that we had seen. Well, I hadn't seen any in maybe a couple years, and so when I went to the Mamma Mia, I just couldn't stop going on Facebook and Instagram to look for any more clips that anyone had, and because it was really the best show ever. So fun, and it really made it makes our life. Yeah, Ernest is correct that without the arts really do help us to learn our own humanity and to join together in humanity. And so I'm very grateful that we've got such great, talented people committed and dedicated to doing this on Guam. Siduos Masi to all of you.
And in closing, I think it's so important that we recognize every single person who's in this room today. So we want to ask all of you to please join us up here for a large group family photo, a Gate Theater family photo. So if everybody could please join us. And again, thank you so very much for all of the work you do and you will continue to do for our community. Siduos Masi.